Have you ever known someone who is still caught up on or obsessed with an ex, even after they've been broken up with them for a very long period of time? Someone that just can't seem to get over their dead relationship. They still check up on their ex's social media constantly, even habitually. And in every conversation you have with them, they somehow find a way to steer the topic of discussion back to their lost love interest. How could they just leave? Why did they leave? What did I do wrong? They ask. They constantly mull over the breakup, picking it apart and dissecting every agonizing memory that led to the end of the relationship in the hopes of figuring out exactly what happened. Sound familiar? If you're here right now, then there's a good chance that the person I'm describing is you. Listen, I don't ever want to make you feel like you need to rush through the grieving process of your breakup because everyone goes through it differently and at their own pace. But there is a certain point when it becomes unhealthy to wallow in self pity and constantly obsess over what might have been. If you feel like you're at that point, then this video is for you. If you're here, then odds are there's some part of you that is causing you to feel like you should be over your ex. But you aren't, are you? You might even be wondering if you ever will be. Well, rest assured that no matter what, you will eventually get past this. That's just simply a fact of life. As humans, it goes against our very nature to allow ourselves to continually suffer. And after a time, the sharp pain of this loss will become a dull throb, then a sad memory, and lastly, just a memory. But getting to this point of being completely over your ex typically takes a while. So how can we expedite this process? Well, first we need to understand where this obsession and inability to move on is coming from, which brings me to the first and most crucial step in getting over your ex. So a lot of you guys are not going to like this, but step one is to let go. Now stop. Do not exit out of this video. I know some of you will be tempted to because you don't feel like you can let go. I promise you can. I'm even going to provide you with a few tools to make letting go a lot easier than you might think it will be. Even if, for some crazy reason, you want your ex back, which I would encourage you to really think long and hard about why you would ever want someone back that left you, you still have to let go. Unless you did something horrible and you're the one that fucked up, then why would you want them back? Think about it like this. They took a long, hard look at you and said to themselves, meh, I could do without them in my life. I know that hurts to hear, but it's the truth. No matter why you broke up, no matter what the reason, it still boils down to that one simple fact. They decided they could do without you. They've shown their true colors. If after knowing this you still want them back, then just know that your best bet at accomplishing this is still going to be in letting go and moving on. I do plan on making a video focusing on this in more detail in the future, but you shouldn't be doing anything right now, at this moment, with your ex in mind. Letting go is for you. It's for your benefit. It's to give you clarity, and it allows you to take hold of the steering wheel and to be in control of your own life again. So let go. Let go of all hope and expectation that what you once had with this person will ever exist again. Maybe you'll even get back together with them someday, and that's great if that's what you want. But you don't want what you had before because that obviously didn't work. You want something better, and you have to let go and focus on yourself before that can ever happen. When you let go, you finally move on with your life. And trust me, you cannot move on until you let go. The past is done, but you still have so much left to do. Your life is about to enter a new and improved stage, and you can literally do anything you want and be whoever you want to be. Now, if you truly aren't at a point where you can let go, then the relationship likely ended pretty recently. So I guess I can give you some time. If you really don't feel like you're capable of letting go, then that's okay. Take a little bit more time to grieve and process what happened. but make sure to come back later. Maybe in a few weeks or even a month or so. I will still be here, I promise. Now, if it's been a really long time and you still cannot let go of this person, then I would really encourage you to consider trying the exercise I'm about to give you. Like I said earlier, I never want to make you feel like your grieving process needs to have time constraints, but in truth, you really do need to eventually let go and move past this for your own mental health and well-being. The end of a relationship is in many ways similar to a death. To some, it can even be worse. Similar to grieving the death of someone, letting go of them doesn't mean goodbye forever or that what you had wasn't special. It just means you're taking control of the situation, you're taking a step back, and you're ending your suffering. Because let's face it, the end of a relationship takes a huge toll on most people, and there's a lot of depression and suffering involved. Letting go is self-preservation, and the sooner you can let go of the idea of your ex, of the idea of getting back with them, the sooner you regain control of your life and can begin working towards being happy again. So with that being said, let's get to the exercise. I love it and have used it myself in the past. I really think it is going to help you reframe the situation and see things more clearly. I want you to make a list of 10 things that your ex did that sucked. The 10 worst things you can think of about them. This can be physical attributes. Maybe they had bad breath or horrible style. It can be a personality trait that they had. Maybe they were conceited or they constantly talked down to you. Or anything at all, really. Just general stuff they did that annoyed you. And I don't care how perfect you think they were. If you think, I promise you can find 10 things to write down. I'll even give you one. They failed to recognize your value. Start with that. Try to get a good mix of everything I just said. I know this is very vain, but it's important to do right now. The reason this exercise is so helpful during a breakup is because we tend to place our ex on a pedestal right after the relationship ends, which makes us want to fight to get them back, or worse, sit around and be sad and constantly think about how great they were. We see them as this amazing person that we cannot live without, but we forget that they are just a person. They have imperfections and issues. They aren't this perfect human specimen. The goal here is to get you to realize that your ex had flaws, just like everyone else. They very well may have been an amazing person, but the world is full of amazing people that are just as good as your ex, or even better. When you stop fantasizing about your ex and making them this larger-than-life figure in your life, it immediately becomes easier to let go of them, and maybe even look forward to one day finding someone else that is equal to or better for you than they were. Making this list takes away the power they have over your life. Now that you made your list and hopefully realize how non-exceptional your ex really is, let's get to the hardest part of letting go. Actually letting go. This is something you cannot do until you completely cut contact with them. Right now you're addicted to your ex, and the best way to get over this addiction is to quit it cold turkey. Even if you're on good terms with them, you will never get over the relationship if you're communicating with them and constantly reopening old wounds. Maybe a few months from now, you will be at a place where you can still be in contact with them, although I have no idea why you would ever want to do that. But right now, it is time to focus on you and your soon-to-be new and improved life. And there's no room in that life for someone that decided they could do without you. This means no texting, no drunken calls in the middle of the night, no contact, period. This also applies to social media as well. This means no liking their pictures, no subtweeting, no saying anything with the intention of getting a reaction from them. I would actually encourage you to take a break from social media right now, if possible. The thing with social media is that it's all about everyone's best moments. It's completely unrealistic. If you've recently gotten out of a relationship, then the best moments of everyone else's lives is not a great thing for you to constantly be seeing right now. It is not reality, and right now you should focus on making your own life truly exceptional and not for the benefit of showing it off to everyone else, including your ex, but for yourself. You deserve an amazing life that's full of awesome experiences. Stop looking at everyone else's good times and go out and experience your own. If you don't want to give up social media, then at the very least, remove or hide your ex's posts for the time being. That is part of letting go. You have to stop worrying about what they're doing. They don't matter anymore. Or more realistically, they still, of course, matter to you. That's completely normal. But as you follow these steps, they should be mattering less and less as time goes on. And letting go will make this happen much faster. I know this isn't easy. Trust me, I get it completely. And that's why I made you make the list. If you're ever struggling with letting go or wanting to stalk your ex's social media, or worse, contact them, then don't forget about the list you just made. Keep it on your phone and look at it every time you're tempted to contact them. Never forget, they are just a person. They aren't perfect. Stop giving them more value than they deserve. Someone that didn't recognize your value should not hold so much value and have so much sway over your life. Do not let one person have so much control over your happiness. Let go and take control. The key here is out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so now that you've hopefully realized there's no point in waiting around or obsessing over someone that left you, it's time to move on to step 2, regaining your self-worth. Nothing crushes confidence like a breakup. Even if you're typically a very confident person that normally recognizes their own value, a breakup can make you question everything. Like I said earlier, the person who you placed more value on than anyone else in your life took a look at you and decided they could live without you. That hurts. That hurts. That will crush anyone's confidence. But listen, just because one person fails to recognize how awesome you are does not mean you aren't amazing. You are a unique, high-value person with a lot to offer. And it doesn't matter if your ex didn't realize that. What's important is that you recognize it. Right now, the only opinion about you that matters is your own. Now is the time to be more selfish than ever and to focus on yourself and your opinion of yourself. If you're still struggling to see your value, then let me put it to you like this. Your ex was probably a pretty amazing person in your eyes at some point, and you attracted them. Why wouldn't you be able to do that again with someone else? You're still the same person, aren't you? And what's great is that now you have a chance to be even better than you were before. Never forget just how valuable and amazing you are. Never forget that truth. The way you see yourself is the most important thing, especially after a breakup. The easiest way to recognize your self-worth is to gain some confidence, and the quickest way to do this is by hitting the gym and getting in great physical shape. If I could only give you one piece of advice in this video, it would hands down be to get a gym membership and start eating right. Working out will immediately raise your serotonin levels, making you feel better and look better at the same time. You will feel great about yourself. This is absolutely the quickest way to get out of the rut that a breakup puts you in. Investments in yourself such as this will quickly grow your sense of self-worth and can quickly turn your life around after a breakup. Alright guys, we have made it to step 3, the final step. Step 3 is really just a continuation of step 2, and the two go hand in hand. You need to find a new purpose, hobby, or goal and pursue it obsessively. Are you where you want to be in life? Do you have passions that you're pursuing, things you're working towards, end goals, and big picture stuff? You should. Being goal oriented and focusing a lot of your energy on achieving something important to you is one of the quickest ways to get over an ex. This new sense of purpose is going to slowly but surely take your mind off of your ex more and more, and it's likely also going to change your life for the better. Quite often, we lose ourselves in the relationship. This is very common because we spend so much time with our partner and make our lives revolve around them so much and work on the relationship so much that we forget to grow ourselves as our own individual person. This is without a doubt the worst part of all long-term relationships. No matter how healthy they are, you will in some way always lose out on your own time and potential for growth. But with the loss of your relationship comes a lot of what is at first often unwanted time, because we tend to mope around in a depressed state and do nothing. But you can use this time to truly better yourself. Now is the time to finally give that crazy business idea you've been toying with a real try, or to pick up a new hobby. Perhaps learn to play an instrument or join a sports team. Pick something you've always wanted to do but have never had the time to go out and do. And then go out and do it. Maybe you've always wanted to travel. Well, now you can go wherever you want. If you don't have the money, then focus on your career and bettering yourself at your job while saving up. If you don't like your job, then stop complaining about it and actually go out and find a new job that you love. This step is absolutely my favorite because at the end of this, when you come out of the initial haziness of the breakup, when the pain of this is gone and your ex is barely even a memory, you'll look back and see that this was probably one of the most influential and fruitful times of your entire life. And I'm not exaggerating here. Some of the most successful people ever have attributed a bad breakup to the reason they turned their life around and became successful. Use this breakup to drive and push yourself towards success. Let it be your primary motivator for a while, and you'll be amazed at how quickly things will begin to improve for you in every aspect of your life. Even if you already have what you think is an awesome life, I promise it can get even better. Probably better than you could even imagine right now. You just have to make an effort at improving your life and focusing on your goals, and I promise amazing things will start to happen for you. I don't want to go into too much detail, but let me give you a quick example of this from my own life. I would never be in graduate school right now if it hadn't been for a bad breakup. I never would have left the country and been able to see some of the most amazing places imaginable. I wouldn't be in the best shape of my life. I wouldn't have done a lot of things that now make up some of the best experiences of my entire life without a breakup. In a previous relationship, I got way too comfortable. I stopped taking care of myself physically, and I was probably going to work the same dead-end job for the rest of my life. Miserable. The only good thing in my life at the time that mattered was my relationship, or so I thought. And when I lost it, I felt like I lost everything. In truth, the relationship was holding me back from reaching my full potential, and the loss of it was what led to me gaining so much more. I used that loss to drive myself forward in life. I began pursuing all the things I wanted to do, but had always made excuses for in the past for why I couldn't do them. In truth, I woke up. Now, what you had in your relationship might not have been nearly as unhealthy as my situation, and not everyone loses themselves in a relationship to that extent. It may have been a really great, healthy relationship, and you might have still done a lot of the stuff you wanted to and enjoyed to do. But the concept still applies. You can always take things to the next level. you can still have the same outcome of self-growth and of awesome experiences that I and many others have had because of a breakup. Use the pain you're feeling now to push yourself to greatness. It might be hard at first, but it gets easier. And investing in yourself is always worth it. Alright guys, that is it. Really, that's all you need to do to get over an ex and move on from the breakup. It really is that simple. It may not seem like much, but I promise, if you can follow those 3 steps and apply them to your own life, you will 100% see a change. It won't happen overnight, but I promise it will get easier and easier the more you practice these steps and focus on making your life as amazing as possible. You may have to really dig deep and push yourself, but the changes you'll quickly begin seeing in your life will soon make it easier. Stop making excuses. Take control of your life and move forward, and I promise you will get through this. You'll come out of this a better and stronger version of yourself. In fact, if you practice what I'm telling you, one day you will look back and see that this breakup was actually the best thing that ever happened to you. It was a defining moment in your life that completely turned it around. That is my promise to you. Remember and never forget, you are an amazing, high-value, unique person that is going to live an amazing life. Never, ever lose sight of your self-worth. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Please, if you know someone who needs to listen to this, then please share this video with them. And if I helped you out, then please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. There's plenty more to come. I will be making a ton of videos similar to this one on breakups, as well as a bunch of other topics. If you feel like you have a special circumstance that you need help with, or if you would just like me to go into more detail on something for you, I'm currently offering free email consultations for as long as I can keep up with them. I'll usually get back to you within 1 to 2 days. Before emailing me, please take a look at the description of this video. There will be a short list of what sort of information I'm going to need in order to best help you as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Also, if you're really struggling with a particular issue or you just feel like you need some extra help to get through this, then I do offer one-on-one coaching sessions over the phone. Please see the video description for more information on this. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This has been your life coach, and I will be sending a ton of positive energy your way. Good luck.